look good on that headset, bud.
Oh,
All right, guys, welcome back to the live feed, OCR live feed for DEKA FIT Austin 2024. We have the relays next, and I'm accompanied. Xander had to leave by none other than my oldest child out of 4, Rowan Halterman, who just got done competing, so he's a little dead at the moment, probably a little scattered race brain. But this is kind of cool. First time commentating, father-son duo right here. Rowan, you just got done competing. You want me to walk us through how you feel? You just did the kids division. We have no idea how you did. I'm sure you did well, though. Walk us through it, buddy. What would you say is the hardest part of the run or the race, and what would you say is the easiest?
I feel like the hardest part of the race was either the bike
Okay.
or just running.
Yeah, just running. Well, you got to do a lot of that, of course, when you do DEKA, don't you?
Yeah.
So this kid, of course, has not been training for it, but he just kind of threw into the last moment. I'm proud of him nonetheless. So, all right, guys. Well, this should be exciting races. We got the teams. I think at the moment, Yancey is going over all the rules as he typically does with everybody. There are a lot of teams signed up for today, a lot more than last time in NorCal and maybe even SoCal as well, too, in the last races. From my understanding, all the men are going to go off, and then we're going to send off co-ed and female together. So for the male teams, no names that particularly step out at the moment. And then as far as teams together, I'll be honest, I'm not sure who's all paired. But we'll check it out when, of course, they're at the starting line. So Rowan was actually going to do teams with his cousin Jack in the 10 to 13 category, and only to come find out that they don't do a DEKA Fit kids team, but they do a kids DEKA Strong team and DEKA Mile team, just not DEKA Fit. So they were a little bummed out that they didn't get the team up together, and that's why they did individually. Rowan, if you were to do teams, of course, with Jack we teamed up together last year in Knoxville, and we did pretty good. What would you say is the most fun part about teams?
I feel like it's better because you have more of a break.
Okay.
So you can run
So you get the
faster.
rest.
Yeah.
Resting is fun. Resting is good. Yes. You get a small rest though, right? So
Yeah.
but it's still fun nonetheless. Yeah, the best aspect about teams, I think, is that you get to put in a little bit more harder effort than you would in a typical race, right? So, you might obviously back off the pace a bit on your runs because, you have to do all the station works. But here in the relays, you get to break that up if you want to. So you get to get it all you got on each 250. So for people at home, if you're not familiar with how the relay format works, both competitors have to run together on the first run and on the last run. Other than that, they can split up however they want. If they want to do 15-15 on the lunges, 29-1, 0 and 30, it makes no difference. Same thing with the runs. One competitor can run the full 500 meters, or they could split it up every 250. That's what is exciting about the relays, is that you can have someone carry the majority of the team if they feel like they need to. However, you have to run together. So you're in for a treat. Before, you're definitely in for a treat. As of right now, this is the top 10 times for the year for the men's category. So we got Kevin Gregory, Bubbles, and Colin Stiefer with 26:23, a very fast time. And right behind him is, of course, second with 26:42 with Jack Bauer and Glenn Race. Now, Glenn raced earlier today. Chances are he'll probably be teaming up again today, potentially. Not sure who he's teaming up with, though, so that'll be interesting to see. Paul Fitzpatrick and Austin Telenoff, I mean, they are always great athletes. James Muscard and Tyler Veerman. These are all respectful times, even all the way down to 10 with Josh Gonzalez and Chaz Hatton, 28:18 or 28:19, excuse me. That's not times that you could just leisurely just go on your way. These guys are going all out efforts, and only a minute and 50 separate the top time from the 10th time. So, Rowan, if you and Jack were to do teams today, if it was allowed, of course, how would you have split up the things? Would you have someone do majority of the running and majority of the stations, or were you going to split up everything?
I feel like me and Jack are almost equal on everything, but I feel like he's better on the stations.
Okay.
So I feel like I would be running just a little bit more.
Sure. And Jack is his younger cousin, but much taller and much bigger as well too. So he can dominate those stations as well. So that totally makes sense. No, I think that's a good way of breaking things up, definitely. So, and this is what's fun as well too. We get to see all these strategies for people at home. If you've never seen it, people can break it up however they want. A quick look at the co-ed teams, top 10 for the year. You have McGowan and Howard III, and that's John, at 30-14. So depending on the teams that show up today, from my understanding, there's Dustin Needham and Heather White teaming up today. Now, both of them competed in the pro heat earlier today. Heather White finished 4th. Dustin Needham, I believe, top 10. This is going to be a fast co-ed time, and I'm going to be real honest. I really feel like 30-14 is going to get broken today with that duo. You can see Needham there in 6th place already with Rogers, but Heather White is an extremely strong competitor. We saw her on her bike today, going just as fast as the men, and their strategy, what Dustin told me, is Dustin's going to do the majority of the running and Heather's going to do the majority of the stations. So I think it's pretty impressive that a female is going to be doing the majority of the stations, because we typically don't see that in a co-ed setting. But I do believe 30-14 will be broken today. I'm not sure who the other competitors are. Isaac Sanderson and Julie Best were going to team up today, but Julie is not here, so that unfortunately won't be going down, because that would have been a very fast and impressive time as well. So, Rowan, if you were to do co-ed, would you team up with your sister?
No.
You wouldn't team up with your sister?
No.
All right, I have a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old, Lillian and Zoe. Zoe's the 4-year-old. Who would you team up with?
Probably Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe's a freaking nature, isn't she? Yeah. Zoe would do this whole thing if it was allowed, that's for sure. So, if y'all are watching at home, we love you. All right, so I think Yancey's still going over everything at the moment. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, when I was looking at that as well, too. That's okay. All right, now here's the correct co-ed top 10. When I saw Howard and first at 30-14, I was like, I remember Lauren Griffith and Kevin Gregory racing earlier. So this is the correct co-ed top 10 teams. Okay. I don't believe 26-10 will be broken today. However, I still think Needham and Heather White are still going to throw down a very impressive time. I'm going to put them probably right around mid-28. I think they'll give Morgan Schultz and Alexander Golick a good run. They're in 5th place. They could potentially get in top 5. Needham is just fast enough, and Heather White is just strong enough. But Lauren Griffith and Kevin Gregory and Katie Duke and Grayson Kilgore and Isaac and Vivian, man, those are just those are about as elite can get in the DEKA field. But if they give us a good show, who knows? There are some PRs that were broken, and then there are some slower times today. It is a little bit humid in this building. I just got done competing. So, I mean, it is humid in here and stuff as well. Rowan, you just got done competing. Would you say you need to just drink a lot of water now, or?
Yeah. I mean, you felt it when you touched my hair.
No, I did.
I was
Yeah,
sweating.
it was disgusting. I regret touching you. I'm just kidding. I love you. This is so cool. This is so cool. Look at him. He's so cute, everybody. Hope you're getting a kick out of it. All right, and then final it up as well, too, the women's top 10 teams overall this year. 30-42 is the top time. That's a pretty impressive time by Haley Brogan and Ashley Kuker. And then, of course, Julie, how do you, Kuker? Keeker. Okay, I was way off. I apologize if you're watching. And then Karen Guitry, Amber Tate, Julie Best, Michelle Navarro. These are 6 very impressive females that could throw down some pretty fast times. Again, I don't know really who's teaming up as far as the females today. Maybe Alex Walker is teaming up with someone today too. Heather White. And then we had a couple other, like Allison Outlaw. She said she was teaming up with a client, but they're just doing open. And then Allison Morrison might be teaming up with someone as well. That would be pretty impressive, because she had a very impressive 3rd place finish today earlier in the female pro division. So anything is up in the air. Anything's up for grabs. It's any given Saturday here on the DEKA Arena, right? So anything can happen, and that's what's going to be exciting. I'm teaming up with my buddy Preston Burnett, but we're going to do elite. You guys are lucky we're not, because we would have taken that victory. I'm just kidding. But we plan on doing age group instead. And so we're looking forward to that. So, well, Rowan, this is now your third official DEKA FIT. What would you say out of your 3 that you've done? You've done today, you did Orlando last year, and then you teamed up with me in Knoxville last year. Out of those 3 races, what would you say was your favorite race?
Probably this one.
Yeah?
I felt way better.
Fine then. Is that how you truly feel? Okay.
I feel like the
Not
one
just
that I
kidding.
did with you was the worst.
Yeah, how so?
I did not like running all the time because I couldn't do the weight.
That is true. Since we teamed up, you did have to do the adult weight. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a very interesting concept for Rowan, and I knew he couldn't do obviously the farmer carry or the over the walls, just because that's basically how much you weigh, right? So.
Yeah.
So that did make it difficult for you. So you had to do. I made you do a lot of the running. I said you had to. I made you.
Yeah.
But you did great, though, man. You did awesome. Now what's awesome about it, though, is even though there's not a kids adult teams, or I'm sorry, there's not a kids DEKA FIT team, there is a kid adult teams that can team up and do DEKA FIT, which is great. So for people at home, if you're still on the fence about doing a DEKA FIT and you want your kid to do it and you want to do it, but you're both a little worried about, I just don't want to do the whole thing, well, you can team up together, and that's pretty cool. There's no world qualification standards for that or anything, but you guys get the team up, and then you can split it up, and then you kind of get the feel for it. And honestly, that's the best thing about teams, actually. I take that back from originally. When you team up, you get an understanding of what DEKA FIT is, whether that's half the running, the full running, half the stations, the full stations. And it motivates you to want to come out to do it individually next time, right?
Yeah, it's much better.
When you did DEKA FIT for the first time, it was when you teamed up with me. Were you looking forward to doing it more by yourself the next time?
Yeah, I was kind of worried, though, because I had to run that much. But other than that, yeah, I was pretty excited.
This is coming from a kid who had set the Fort Worth record for the youngest to ever do a half marathon at 7 years old. He ran a half marathon in 2 hours, 45 minutes at 7, and he's talking about doing a 5K is too much running.
Yeah, I'm just lazy.
Your first 5K was at 6. You ran. But then again, and it got younger. Lillian did it at 5, and Zoe did it at 3. So what do you think Cameron's going to do? We have a 1-year-old as well, too. You think he's going to do it tomorrow?
I mean, he can.
My goal definitely with my kiddos is to do every single event with all 4 of them, if possible. If the sport's still around, which I'm hoping, that would be really cool. And I the best thing that I love with Rowan is that he gets to share this passion of mine with me, and it's a cool thing, man. So I'm glad you enjoy it as much as I'm sure it sucks. But you do awesome, and I'm pretty sure you qualify for Worlds, so that's cool, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, him and Jack, his cousin, hold the world record as of right now for the DEKA FIT strong teams by like 2 minutes. They crushed it. So looking forward to seeing how they do in Ocala in December later. And then I told them if they win the World Championships, we'll go to Disney World afterwards. So speaking of which, there are a lot of kids on this course today. I really thought that since there's now world qualification standards for kids 10 to 13, that there was still going to be maybe a low attendance, and there really hasn't been many results for the kids division. But man, we have seen a lot of kids out on the course today, right? Yeah. So you definitely had to make sure you were moving today if you wanted to win it, right?
Yeah.
But
Well, Rowan, I know we don't have any names in front of us, and you're probably not familiar with most of the athletes and stuff, obviously, but what do you think the winning time? Do you think any world records are going to get broken today? How about that? That's an easy question.
I don't know. I saw those times, and they were really fast.
They are pretty impressive, aren't they? There are some fast athletes,
it could happen.
Though. Yeah, let's see who – we'll see who lines up together, of course. That will help a lot. Familiar faces will help. I apologize for people at home if you're watching a loved one and I'm not sure of the names. That's just part of the commentating, but I would love to get to know them, make their appearance in the DEKA FIT arena, make their names well known, qualify for Worlds. I love seeing new competitors. Man, if you could just see the difference of the crowd compared to earlier today, right? I mean, because the elite heats go off so early. Normally, not many people show up at that point because, most people are waking up, getting their coffees, taking their pre-race poops, that stuff like that, right? But now look at the crowd, man. Look at all that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's so many people here right now. So the arena is filling up, and it's awesome because they're going to watch these people throw down. And the relays are just so fun to watch, and it's so fast. Okay, here's another easy question. Does someone get run over?
50-50.
50-50. Okay, I like your odds on that. There's a lot of chances that people can get hit, knocked over, because it gets so crowded on that first run. And then you still have the age group competitors running, right?
Yeah.
So, and, halfway or towards the end, your pace is so dead. If they're not hugging that right corner, they better watch out for these speedsters that are coming through. As you get a glimpse of a bunch of the age group competitors competing right now, I believe the teams are still going over briefing with Yancey. Yancey's just making sure everyone is doing exactly what they're supposed to make this race as smooth as possible and appropriate. Hopefully we have no controversy. Well, yeah, there's a lot of teams signed up. Wow, a lot of teams signed up.
I think that's the most people I've seen at a DEKA event.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot. We're still getting some glimpse of some. There's Ashley Mason running around. Just familiar faces. People running through. There's another potential maybe 10, 13 age grouper running. So cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zoe would be trying to get out there with you. She's a little 6 years behind, but man, would she do it if she could, though. Yeah, so you can kind of hear Yancey right now. Well, if you guys haven't signed up for a DEKA FIT yet, you're definitely missing out, right? Now, there are so many DEKA miles, DEKA strongs that you could do throughout the country. And I'm one of the roadshow coordinators for the Southwest region here in Texas. I'm stationed out in Fort Worth, but man, I can travel as far as Kansas, Colorado, Arizona. I mean, you name it. There's a few other of us, so it's like I'm not going out to Maine. But if you contact me and want me personally, you just reach out to me. Reach out on my social media account, Luke_Ninja_Skywalker. Reach out to me, message me. Let's book you a DEKA Strong event. It's at no cost to you. It's completely free. I show up with all the equipment. Shirts and medals are provided. It gets all your gym members the first taste of what a DEKA is. It's a great event. It's a great first start. There's no running involved in the first one. It's just the 10 stations. Then you start looking at the other progression, DEKA Mile. Now you're running 160 meters in between each station, running a whole mile in between. Roan, you've done all three, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you have DEKA FIT, which is what today is, where you're running 500 meters. Out of all three DEKAs, what would you say is your favorite?
Either DEKA FIT or DEKA Mile.
So you like the one with either running?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it gives you kind of a breather if you're not running that fast.
Very true. I agree with you on that one. I completely agree with you on that one. Yeah, it's a great form of fitness. And I'll be honest, DEKA Strong is a great beginner's way of doing it because just, anyone can run. Anyone can go out and run and stuff. But not everyone has access to a skier, rower, and, I feel like more gyms are now getting them, or a sled for that matter. But this is a great way you can practice on them and learn it. But, man, DEKA Strong just hurts more, I think, right? Because like you said, that run, even though you could be running fast, it's still a recovery in a way, right?
Yeah.
That lactic acid that builds up in your legs and your arms during a workout station, and then you have to go immediately to another workout station, it's terrible. And then you're going all out. It's not an aerobic like the DEKA FIT is. I mean, it's anaerobic if you're giving it truly everything you got. It's one of the worst feelings in the world. But very rewarding, though. But Sign up, guys. You're missing out. This is you're tuning in for a reason, right? And if you haven't signed up for one this year and you've done one, get on it, guys. I mean, hybrid racing is growing in the world today. As you can see, all these 10 stations. So this is how the course is laid out. They'll run around all the stations twice. So it's 250 meters each lap, accumulating 500 meters. And what I love about DEKA compared to High Rocks and maybe another fitness competition as well too, it's standardized every single event, right? It is the same layout every single time. You know exactly what you're getting. There is no how long of transition time in a zone. That's none of that because it's right there for you every single time. And you go in a cumulative order starting with the reverse lunges, rower, box jumps, setup, ski arc, farmer carry, air bike, dead ball, sled push and pull, and ram burpees. Rowan, out of those 10 stations, what is your favorite?
My favorite? I like the farmer's carry.
You like the farmer's carry?
Yeah, it's like
Wow. Okay. I was shocked to hear that answer.
it's like a breather.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, you're good at them, so that makes sense. Which one's your worst?
Definitely the bike.
The bike count. I think 95% of everyone who's ever done a DEKA will agree with you on that one, bud. Either that or the burpees, right?
Yeah.
I'm with you. So for teams, you know, it's going to be exciting because we get to see them split it or take full advantage of each station. Do you think it would be wise for teams to split the assault bike? Or do you think you should have one person just give it everything they got on it?
I think one person should do it. Just whoever is better and whoever can get the lowest time should do it, and then the other person should either do both laps. Yeah, just do both laps. That's what I would do.
As in, one person run a lap, the other person run a lap?
No, as you do both laps.
Oh, you're talking about one runner run the 500 meters.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. For after the assault bike.
Yeah, that would me. That's what me and Jack were gonna do.
You know, that's what Preston and I are going to do as well too, because Preston is someone that's more than capable of doing 25 cals in probably about 20 seconds. So, and that's not anything that I can even come remarkably close to. So, it makes sense to obviously have a strong athlete do that, right?
Yeah.
Well, folks, we're just still kind of waiting. I think Yancey's just kind of finishing up the touches here. It seems like a lot of age group teams are walking away from the briefing, so we should be getting started here shortly.
You can see people walking with the batons.
Yeah. That's another cool concept about it is you got a baton, you know? Bringing back, for you, this is just now starting for you, the track days. High school track days, middle school track days, you know, you got the 4x1, 4x4. You always hand off a baton to your teammate. And it's a cool concept, you know, and it has the timing chip on it. It's cool to have that feeling of the baton in your hand again. You know, Rowan, you did track last year, and I'm sure maybe you'll attempt track when you start high school and stuff. But it's a cool feeling, man. It brings back my days in that as well. So we do have some studs lining up. So right there we got Matt Novakovic.
Well, I saw him run in the pro heat.
Yeah, he ran in the pro heat. Now, this is a legend in the making. What's that? Men's? Oh. Well, we would have won. Are we signed up? Are we signed up? Okay, cool. All right, sorry about that, guys. My teammate was telling me that we would have crushed all these men that are at the start line right now. We were taking their souls. No, but there's less elite teams than what we were hoping for as far as men. But that's okay, though. So Matt Novakovic, Rowan, OCR legend. Him and Hunter McIntyre would go back and forth back in the day running like in Virginia or Vermont and all the obstacle course racing, right? So he's an older athlete, but the fact that this is his debut in DEKA FIT is kind of cool, right? So
how old is he?
Probably in his 40s, maybe 50s. But man, he's ripped though, and he used to train with Lance Armstrong, which is kind of cool, right? So But then, of course, we got Glenn Race that's standing right next to him. Glenn also is in his 40s, and Glenn got second today. 3 times in a row in each DEKA FIT row, Glenn has finished second place, so he is fast for sure. And he did American Ninja Warrior, too. That's how I remember him. So Joshua Gonzalez is also probably teaming up with Glenn, it looks like. And then it's just a couple other faces I'm just not familiar with on the screen here. So we've got a taller gentleman with the race stash that's going on. That's what me and Preston are rocking today. Looks like a strong athlete, so excited to see how he goes. And I wonder who Matt is teaming up with. All right, here we go. So we'll kind of see who's more teamed up together. Yeah, it looks like Matt's teamed up with the guy in the headband. Wish I knew his name, but this is going to be fast, man. This is going to be fast. You're going to see them fly by, probably knock over a few pedestrians crossing the walk path. About to play bumper human. Well, based off what I'm looking at and what I've known and what I've seen, I have a feeling Glenn Race and Joshua Gonzalez is going to take this home today. I'll go ahead and just throw in Matt Novakovic's team in second. And then I'm going to say the guy in the black shirt rocking the headband, let's put them in third. They're all 3 on the front, so that tells me they want to win. So that's usually a good indicator. If you're kind of in the back, that kind of means like, hey, I'm here, but I'll just let you guys take it out hot.
Who's the guy on the far right?
That's Glenn.
Yeah, I
Race.
think his team is going to win.
Yeah, he's teamed up with Josh, and Josh finished 4th today, 4th or 5th. And Glenn finished 2nd. So this is going to be a fast team for sure.
I feel like they have both speed and strength on
Yep,
their team.
absolutely.
So I feel like they definitely have a upper, you know what I mean?
Sure do, buddy. I sure do. Now this is going to be fun. Yeah, Matt Novakovic, man, chiseled for that age. Talk about goals. Good God. That's awesome, man. Good for him. All right, here we go. We're going to send off the men. I imagine co-ed and females won't be too far behind. Co-ed is what I'm looking forward to with Heather White and Dustin Needham. Well, Rowan, if Preston and I were in there right now and you were the lone commentator, would you be saying all nice things about your father?
50-50.
50-50. I'll take it. So you're telling me there's a chance.
I feel like y'all would win.
Okay.
I've seen y'all race before.
I mean, Glenn and Josh are, A level.
I know.
So they're pretty legit.
You'd definitely be up there, though.
I think so. I agree. But I just wanted to know if you'll say nice things about me. Oh, that kid is getting it. Wow. He is flying. He heard you were in town, Rowan. All right, so we should be starting any moment. A little delayed, but that's okay.
I'm seeing a lot of the same shoes.
What's that?
Like the ones that you're wearing, I'm seeing a lot of them. They're really popular.
Saucony's is a very popular brand. Yeah, look at Matt's shoes. Opposite colors. I kind of like that. I assume it's the same brand because that would be really odd if it was 2 different brand shoes, but I kind of like that. That's really cool. Yeah, Saucony's is definitely Saucony's. Puma is a very popular hybrid racing shoes for sure. right, here we go. Mark is going to send him on. Let's go. They're doing age group? Oh, boy. So am I. I'll see you there after I'm done commentating. Yeah. All right, fellas, let's get it. Here we go. This is going to be a very fast first lap. You know, and even though these guys, let's say some of these teams maybe wouldn't win a world championship podium, you're still going out stupid hot on this first lap because that's just how exciting it is. And you can see Glenn and Joshua taking an early lead. And I think that's just how it's going to be for the rest of the race, honestly. But the teams that are even going to be in the last, they're going to feed off this energy from the elite guys, and they're going to be running much faster than they probably intended to.
Glenn is very fast. I saw him in the pro heat.
Yeah, Glenn is very fast. See? Flying by. Did you feel the wind?
No.
That was crazy. You didn't? Okay. You're grounded. Yeah, they are asserting themselves very early. Not sure about Matt Novakovic's partner. I saw him earlier. I don't know if he did age group or maybe he was in the second or third heat of the elite. I don't know. But the best thing about it is Matt can take over if need be if his partner's maybe just not feeling it, or vice versa, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, Glenn, they're going to run away with it. I'm just going to call it now. They're going to get first. Now, the real question, though, is what's going to be their time, right? So just because you get first place, that's the win of the day, right? So be it. Cool. I want to see what their time's going to be. You know, is Glenn going to be faster than Glenn and Josh going to be faster than Glenn and Jack Bauer? I don't know, right? Every race you do, even though you're racing in the moment, you're also doing a time trial because you want to qualify for Worlds, right? And I'm sure even though Glenn's already qualified with Jack with the second fastest time, I'm sure Josh would like to qualify for Worlds. So it'll be interesting to see. Glenn has a great chance of having the top two out of the top three, or having two of the top three best male overall times.
Wow, they're already out.
Yeah, they're crushing it. No, there's some confusion. Uh-oh. With another team. You know, this is going to be oh, he doesn't have to run. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sure he knows that. The real race now is going to be probably third place, right?
Yeah.
These are going to be some names that I have no idea who they are. Wow, Glenn is flying. Good Lord. It's going to be fun to watch. I want to see who can battle out this third place. So third place could be fun to watch. But I think we already know who got first place. So.
Yeah. Right off the bat.
Right off the bat, yeah. It's still a long race, though. You never know, right? A banana peel can go out right in front of them. So
That's never mind.
anything can happen. Yeah, we'll probably be sending off co-ed and female a lot sooner, probably. Well, Rowan, how are you feeling right now after your race? Are you cramping up a little bit? Are you feeling okay? You ready for round two?
I feel fine.
Okay, you gonna do a second one then?
No.
All right, here we go. Josh already on the rower. He'll probably be a good, solid, maybe 250. Well, maybe not right now, actually. maybe more like a 150, 200 meters ahead. And there's a transition. I like seeing this. This is what Glenn and Jack did also with the rower. I think it's smart with the rower. Now, the bike, I agree with you, Rowan. I think if you have a guy who can go all out on the bike and do well in it, you let the guy have the bike, because that transition can be a little tricky.
Yeah.
But the rower, I think it's such a longer station regardless. I think it's important to switch. You just save so much more of your leg strength because of it. And I think it's important because it looks like Novakovic might do the full 500, which is fine. But Novakovic is definitely going to feel it in his quads afterwards because he's probably rowing much faster than he's used to. But that switch with Glenn and Josh is perfect. And there we go. And then Josh now onto his run, probably feeling a little fresh. He had that little bit of a breather. And this is where they're going to pull away even more because of it.
500 meters?
500 meters, yep. So this is a great example of strategy, right? Because people at home, you can break it up however you want. Wow, he's running 142. That's impressive. But his lower body is definitely going to feel it afterwards. So the chances are his teammate's probably going to run the full 500 meters, which that's another thing. Running full 500 meters all out, that sucks, right? And you'll probably slow down compared to splitting 250 at a time. So, yeah, as you can see, the lunge is 39 seconds with Glenn and Joshua. And you got Nelson and Brower at 41. So I'm sure Novakovic's team is somewhere in there, but it's 41's not too bad. But the lunges, even if you had someone do a full 30, you're not going to be too far off time-wise. So. Well, Rowan, do you think Glenn and Josh beat Glenn and Jack Bauer's time? You remember Jack Bauer?
Who's that?
Okay, that's enough.
If I saw a picture of him, then I probably would
Tall
recognize him.
ginger.
No.
I'm sure if I showed you a picture, you'd be like, you remember him. Jack was probably racing against me when you were little, man. So Jack's been around for a while. I think their time was what, 26 or 20, 27. It was about 20 seconds off Colin and Kevin's time. So we'll see. We'll see where they're at. Josh is great at the stations because now the big thing that complimented Glenn and Jack was they're fast runners. So, and Jack's also great at stations too, but Josh is just a strong guy. And I have a feeling they're not going to split the bike. I think Josh is just going to try to take that bike.
Even with Josh being more of a strength, he's still really fast though.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time. Yeah, he trains, I believe, with Underdog Fitness, which is where Bubbles trains, the world champ. Well, Rowan, are you a little bummed out you didn't get to do teams?
Yeah, it sucks, but I hope we can do it later.
Yeah. I think this is just the first year for kids being qualified for 10 to 13. So,
eventually.
Eventually, I think next year they'll probably allow it. I'm not sure as to why what the rules were as to why they didn't decide on that for the having teams, but yeah. So look at the significant difference with the times. I mean, you're talking, except the second team, of course, but Glenn and Josh, even though there's probably like a 3 to 5 second transition time getting off the rower and putting the other person on the seat, they probably saved so much energy, and they were the fastest team, right? So Totally worth it. Smart strategy. I'm definitely going to tell Preston we do the same thing as well. So. There's Glenn right now doing the setups. Ball barely leaving his hands. Moving very quick. Rowan, would you say the setups are hard for you with your height?
Yeah. I notice his knees are really close to the bar. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I'm watching the screen too. No, yeah, it's all strategy, right? Or it's all technique. So
might have to try that.
Yeah, give it a shot. Absolutely. That's the fun thing about watching the live stream. You know, you get to watch the best of the best do it. You can get some skills and technique ideas. And you can practice it at home. And if the fastest people in the world are doing it, they're doing it for a reason, right?
Yeah.
They're going to cut every corner that they can that's within the rule book to do it because it's going to make them just a few seconds faster, which is a huge difference. So, wow, look at the box overs. So they're not the fastest team in the box overs, but them and Brower and Nelson, they flew on the box overs. Big difference compared to the other teams. But I'm sure the team that's just not popping up right now is Novakovic's team right there pictured. They're in second right now, so I'm sure their times are just as fast, if not right in the middle. There's Matt getting that going on. Killing it. Oh, what just happened? Oh, okay. I was very confused with him throwing it. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's a taller athlete. Not much effort for him.
Yeah.
So men are doing 20 pounds. Females will do 14 when their time comes around for the co-ed, if one does it. And then, of course, the female teams. And there we go. A little trade-off. That's another thing. When you're doing teams, you need to give some sort of skin contact or some sort of indication that is now the other partner's time of competing. Oh, wow. Look at Josh. Look at that, man.
That's crazy.
If he goes any faster, his feet's going to start levitating. He's going to go through the ceiling.
He's going to break it.
That's crazy. He's going to break it. He was moving faster than Caleb Yates.
Yeah. I mean, Caleb shakes it.
Oh, Caleb's a very large individual, so.
Not in a good way.
Some people get him mixed up with a hippo.
Yeah.
I'll make sure he tunes in and watches that.
Good.
So, Rowan, congrats. You got second place, buddy. We just found out.
I'm wondering who beat me.
Yeah, I wonder I don't know. We're about to find out when you do the podium at 3 o'clock. So
we'll see.
And Jack got fourth. That's pretty exciting.
For his first time.
Yeah, that's awesome. How far off was he? Good job, Jack.
That was close.
That was close.
Oh, yeah, he did 5 extra burpees.
Oh, well, that will do it. Very cool. All right, Glenn finishing it up. The ski erg there. Oh, good transition here on the replay. Good work, Jason. I like it. Rolling right into Novakovic. Still holding place second. I'm not sure how close third place is. I wonder if they'll come back up on the back end. I mean, the guy's already on the ski erg, so they're clearly on the run right now. So it's very possible that second place could still be up in the air. Yeah, setup time. You know, Abbott and Rodriguez or Brower and Nelson have been putting in some decent times. Yeah, so the order on the screen, of course, is wrong, but times next to them is good. I think we get a clear indication on who's in front, who's doing well. Now, I know where Josh and Glenn are making up most of their time on anybody, though, is the runs for sure. No one's comparing to them on the runs. They are absolutely smoking it on that.
Are you running?
And here we go into the farmer carry. So this is another station that someone's going to be doing the entirety of it. There's no reason why they would be switching off. Josh is going to run this whole thing, probably doing about 30, 35 seconds, if that.
He's running how I would run without the weights.
Yeah, right. And they are going to finish up the farmer carry about the same time that second place just finished up the skier. So a very dominating lead. And Glenn's just going to kill this run now.
The drop.
Oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. I think they got time to kill, though.
Yeah.
I think if they even wanted to stop and get a Mai Tai around the corner, they could do that in a second, you know?
Yeah.
They're doing great. But Novakovic, I'll tell you what, it's very impressive. For someone to come into the sport like this and being the legend that he is, you know, I think when you have such a big name in the sport, people put a lot of expectation on you, and they expect a lot, right? But for him to come in and just do well, I think he's doing well. It's not that they're not slow by any means.
Yeah.
And he still threw a great time down for his pro time. So, you know, he's right up there. His fitness is still there. It's just, you know, experience, right? I say this every DEKA Fit. It's experience will outweigh people who train hard. You've been on the course a few times, you get a more understanding of what you need to do and how to pace it, right? So, and shout out to our rabbits holding it down with the fast guys. I think we got Alex's little track stars keeping up with them. They're killing it. They've been running all day, but I think they're used to it.
Well, we're almost close to a lap.
As far as they're like
Josh is about to lap
them lapping him, yeah, I think it's possible.
That's crazy.
Yep. You don't see that often in a relay. I'll be honest. We're definitely first to second. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen that actually.
Glenn's
oh wow,
doing
Glenn's doing it. Okay. I wonder if they switch though. I bet they switch. I don't know. Glenn's hammering it right now. Okay, there's the switch. Okay. Yep. Just take a few seconds. But man, they're gonna, and Josh will finish strong.
Yeah. Different strategy, but it worked just as well.
I think so. You conserve energy. It's smart. You can hit that 250 just as fast. No, I think it's smart. So. There's Matt finishing up. Farmer carry still, I would say a fairly dominating second place performance right now. I don't think third place is anywhere close to him. Well, it looks like they're a whole station ahead, so I think they're in good shape right now. But Glenn and Josh are killing it right now.
Third place just went to the farmer's carry.
Okay, so decently close, but probably a good minute behind.
Yeah.
And I think Matt and his teammate are just efficient enough on the runs. He's looking pretty smooth, so I think they're running just fine. Here we go, Josh on the second lap. He'll be coming around. They got the ball overs next. What do you think of the ball overs?
Ball overs, it's a good breather.
A good breather? So you don't think it's difficult at all then?
No, I have a 20-pound weight, so it's not as hard as
but think of it
to
your weight proportion, though. I mean, you're what, 80 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fourth of your weight, man. That's crazy. I mean, I guess 60 pounds is over 40% of my weight, so I guess that makes sense. But
you should just take your time on them. I don't think you should rush them that hard.
Okay, that's fair. Because we get mixed reviews on them, you know. We have some competitors who think ball overs are exactly what you just said. Relaxing or time that you take a breather. And then we have other people who actually say it's difficult and they hate them. So look at the skier times here.
Zone 7.
That's a
Zone
huge
7.
difference with Glenn and Josh compared to the rest of the team. So how would you split up skier if you were to split it up?
The skier?
Yeah, how would you split it up? For 500 meters total.
Half and half.
We do 250, 250?
Yeah, that's what me and Jack are going to do.
Okay. So me and Caleb, when we did DEKA Strong, we do 125. Every 125.
Okay.
And I think that's appropriate. That means each of you do it twice, but 125, I feel like you can still maintain that power output. 250, I feel like you die off your power just slightly.
Yeah, that's true.
And you smoke yourself. So 125, I think, is the perfect transition for a skier.
But for kids, it's 250. So we're going to switch 125 anyways.
True. All right, and then they're off. Let's see if they lap them. Well, actually, I don't know if Novakovic's team is on the bike right now currently still. Oh, no. Okay, so Matt's on the course. So they're still not lapped. I've never seen this before, first place lapping every single team. You talk about a dominating performance. This would be a dominating performance for sure. So, but let's see how they do it. So Josh is still killing it with the run. Matt's going to be, I believe, on another lap. Nope. So they're going into station 8. Okay.
Third place has one more lap.
Oh, so wait, what just happened here? Oh, maybe they're. I don't know if Matt. Well, I don't know. I'm a little confused. There's a couple of scenarios here. Either we were just a lap behind and Matt was running his second lap. And they did, in fact, or Matt ran when he was on the bike, or maybe they have a penalty and they had to run an extra lap. So a little confused, but that's okay.
Still in second.
Still in second. Well, the other team's on the bike right now. If in fact they messed up a little bit, this will be kind of exciting. But Glenn and Josh definitely have now lapped him for sure. Starting station 9, they're 22:15. Josh is moving with them right now. Let's see, 22:15. 20. I don't know. I don't know.
What's the record?
Well, the record right now is like 26:40, I think, or 26:20. Now, Glenn and Jack did only about 20 seconds slower, so I don't know. Say they finish up close to 24, they would have to run a one. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be close. I think they're going to get a mid 27 probably, though.
Do you think they're going to beat Glenn's other time?
Maybe not, but because you got to think of their last run is going to be probably a little under 2 minutes or right at 2 minutes.
They're going to have to really push it.
Yeah. But it's possible. I mean, anything can happen. I mean, they could be running this much faster. They could dominate the burpees. Anything's possible. So.
Yeah.
Because they're on their fourth one right now. It might be a little bit under 24. Yeah. Oh, this is exciting. This is cool. Yep, last one. Yeah, no, they'll finish 24. Right at 24, just like I called it. Say they run a 150, 25:50. Absolutely. You know what? They could do 20 burpees in less than a minute for sure. So this is going to come down to the run. Let's see how their run goes. Right at 24 on the dot. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see it.
They're going to have to run faster than that.
Well, yeah, I think your legs are a little fatigued at the moment. I love it, though. That's right. Yell at them, Rowan. Tell these A-listers to run faster.
It's also on camera, though, so I don't really know how fast they're running.
I'm sure they're running about a 6-minute pace right now, but if not faster. So, but they are definitely feeling it. Fatigue is feeling it. You know, this is how you feel at every end, because you're giving it everything you got on the relay, right? Even though they clearly dominated and won this in superior fashion, they're still giving it everything they got because they're still on pace to be one of the fastest times of the year. So Glenn is going to have a decision to make come Worlds. Does he team up with Jack Bauer or does he team up with Joshua Gonzalez? I think he's like Thanos. He's just going to collect everybody and then decide from there who he, you know, that's actually a good strategy of how you win at Worlds. You qualify with 10 different people and then you just go, okay, because
whoever feeling the best.
Yeah, because I don't know what the rules are. I guess you can replace your partner, but what if the rules are you can't? Wow, that's smart. I like this. I see what Glenn's doing. No, I'm sure you can replace your partner. All right, here we go. All right, so final loop right here. 25:40. I don't think they're going to get Kevin and Colin's time. They're going to have to knock these out in about 45 seconds. It's possible. It's very possible.
45 seconds?
Yeah, they just got to go, though. They got to go.
Do you think they're going to split the burpees up?
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to.
It's done.
Burpees, you can just fatigue out a lot quicker. So. You know what? I'm going to pull up the times from last one. There you go, splitting it up. Yeah, I want to say 26:20 something was Kevin and Colin's top time. They might just miss out, but Glenn's going to be right there with them. We'll pull up the results so I can kind of see as well, too. Yeah, I think they're going to be right at 27. But still a fast time, sub 27.
Wow.
Wow, still a very impressive time. So they were.
Oh, there's the co-ed team.
Okay. Now this is gonna be fun to watch. Alex and Dylin Moran teaming up. Okay, that's exciting.
In front?
Yeah, right there. Dylin Moran and Alex Walker.
I also saw him do the pro heat.
Yeah, so Alex won, of course, the female heat, right? So she's clearly the fastest female out there. Dylin Moran competed in the elite heat, and I'm sure he finished top 10 as well. So this is so Dustin Needham and Heather White, they got some competition. Actually, this is going to be an exciting race to watch. And then we also have Paige Lewis and Joey Three teaming up together. And then it looks like one other co-ed team that's right up there in front that might be making a name for themselves. So Jack and Glenn ran a 26:42. So they were just about 14 seconds off what Glenn and Jack ran and now Glenn has the second overall male time and the third overall time because he beat Paul and Austin's time of 27:03. So wow.
I think it was because of the running.
Yeah, they crushed it, didn't they? I mean, and to do it all by yourself. So it's hard. It's hard sometimes to just run by yourself. So
yeah.
All right, so in true Alex Walker fashion, going out hot. That's what she always does. She likes to lead out in the pack, which I think is important, definitely in this position. And Dylin Moran, who is probably the opposite of that. He does not like taking it out hot. Typically, Brandon Bonine is the one who teams up with Alex, but Brandon is currently over in France at the High Rocks World Championships at the moment. So Dylin stepped in. They're all great friends with each other. This is going to be fun to watch, actually. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm not sure if your call. Who do you think, Rowan? Do you think?
I don't know. I saw them with a pretty good lead.
Yeah, now it's still very early, so Heather White and Needham are right up there in the front. Heather's got the pink top on, and Needham is the one with all the tattoos. So, yeah, right there.
So a lot of people are running twice.
Yes, absolutely. You know, it's a one-day event. You try to cram in what you can, right? So it's here. You might as well.
Definitely
Chances
if you
are,
traveled.
yeah, chances are you're probably not going to travel to another one, right? If it's definitely not within reasonable distance and everything. So people try to get their one qualifying times all in one event if they can. So. There's Robin with the skates on, chasing behind Dylin at the moment. I love it. Dylan's looking strong. You know, Dylin and I go way back, just like Alex and Brandon. I mean, you're talking about some late OCR competitors, right? Roan, these are a lot of people that probably remember you when you were about 4 years old, if that. So they've been around. If I've been around on that, they've been around. So I guess about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So they remember you, man. It's cool. Yeah, there's Alex smiling at her track star who is keeping up with her. That's all. That's kind of cool. Dustin is fast. Dustin Needham is very fast. So, but Alex Walker is probably just as fast. So if Dustin Needham and Heather White do plan on splitting it up the way they do, Dustin's going to have to move pretty quick because I know Dylin Moran is a pretty strong dude. All right, here we go. So, okay, so Dustin told me Heather was going to do the stations. Does Heather do the row? Well, I don't even know if they're, unless they're just not in the picture at the moment. I don't see them because I see the other teams working. Gentleman in the white hat, Joey in the back. Yeah, there's Heather. Okay. Oh, they're checking your brother's diaper. It's a lovely sight. Yeah, look at Heather move. Wow, 144. Look at those muscles. Yeah, she's a monster. Wow, that's impressive. You know, if anyone was going to kind of seems to go like hand in hand with Carly Wopat, I'm going to say it's Heather.
145 is impressive.
It's very impressive. Yes, it is. Can we just go whenever?
What do you think Preston and your time is going to be?
Good question. Okay, so Josh and Glenn ran a sub 27. Oh, I don't think we can do a sub 27. I think we can do a mid 27 or a low 28. So I think we'll throw some good times. My running has been pretty decent. Preston is just a monster, you know. And I was going to team up with Caleb, but he didn't want to come down here, so it's his loss, right?
Yeah.
The last time we teamed up, he decided to row.
Wow.
Yeah, Dustin's fast. Yeah, did you see Dustin fly by? All right, so Matt Novakovic's team just crossed the finish line. That's not pictured. I'm assuming they just got second place, so congrats to them. Because I don't, third place team is currently in the Ram Burpee Pit, so congrats to them. But yeah, dominating performance from Josh and Glenn. Wow, not even close. So
you could tell from the way they started.
Yeah, they meant business for sure. All right, Alex and Dylin are doing great right now. Now, as Needham, he's doing the full 500. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not. So I really think you need to split the runs because what it does to your body, it will just shut you down. But Needham is a 17-minute 5K-er. So, I mean, he's got some wheels on him. All right, and picture some other co-ed teams coming through now. So I guess the crowd is just so mad. We got a lot of teams signed up today. I mean, a lot. So I'm assuming we got a crowd of females too that are about to line up. Bill Moran looking good on the box overs.
Okay. We'll wait for the one to step out.
They're okay. Heather's right there. Dylan, you better watch out. Looks like Heather also makes grown men cry. All right, so Dustin stepping in a little bit. So, okay, so it looks like they might change it up. Heather might run a little bit, which I think is important. I do. Even on a co-ed setting, I really do. Unless you're Kevin Gregory and Lauren Griffith. That's the only exception.
It's closer than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early in the race, right? So Dylan Moran is a great stationed athlete. Running, what he would probably say is maybe the weaker of the two that he's at, but I mean, he's gonna hold his own though and help out Alex as much as he can. So here's some other co-ed athletes. This could be their first time, or maybe they did it last year as well too. Hopefully, to better their times. Here comes Dylan coming around the corner. Let's not leave out Joey and Paige as well too. They very well might round out the podium at third. But this is, I think this is going to be a more exciting race than the men's.
Yeah.
Well, Rowan, if you were to team up co-ed, any age, any athlete, who would you pick?
I don't really know any.
You got anyone in mind?
No. Not really.
What about Shannon? You know Shannon?
Shannon?
Woodard, yeah. What about Caleb?
I
heard he's very feminine.
Huh. I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
All right, let me ask you this. If you were to team up with anybody, I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even have to be a DEKA or Hyrox athlete. Anybody, who would you team up with?
Anybody.
Would you team up with Larry Bird?
Yep.
He's your favorite athlete. I don't know how Larry Bird would fare right now at his ripe old age, but
I know. He's Larry Bird.
Who would you try to pick? Would you pick like a buff athlete? Would you pick a fast athlete?
Definitely someone who's stronger.
Okay.
On the stronger side.
Would you care if they were fast?
As long as they're as fast as me, then I don't care.
Okay. All right, Alex and Dylan still in first place. Heather and Dustin not too far behind, while Joey and Paige also there. And then we got in fourth place the gentleman in the white cap with his partner as well. They're not too far behind. So second and third place is in a battle right now. It's going to come down to the burpees, I think. They're all relatively close.
Wait, Usain Bolt would be pretty fun to team up with.
Ooh, Usain Bolt.
That
Oh,
would be really
man,
fun to
yeah.
team up with.
You think he would be good at the stations, though?
You know, he trains. He doesn't just train his running.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You want me to call him up for you?
Definitely.
I would love to see Usain Bolt out on the DEKA course. That would be pretty cool. What about Hunter McIntyre? Would you not want to team up with Hunter McIntyre?
I saw him get fifth.
Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say it.
Sorry, Hunter. Hunter would be a good pick.
Hunter would do great. What about Caleb?
No.
No? Okay. Short-lived. Well, Alex is looking very strong, and she's definitely in her element right now, which is running. So she is crushing it. If you missed the interview earlier from the Pro Heat, we sat down and talked after her win, and she mentioned that she is going all in on this hybrid scene now, which is a very scary thing because Alex went all in on the obstacle course racing when Spartan was probably at its highest on that, and man, she made a name for herself. So she was one of the best, became one of the pro team members, sponsored, all of it, right? So I have a feeling it would be the same scenario once she does this with DEKA and maybe even High Rocks, just anything hybrid fitness racing. She's going to be one of the best to do it. So she's got to work on her stations, which she admitted, and she already has, and she's killing it. Yeah, look at that tempo. They're killing it. Heather and Dustin's not too far behind. Not too far. Maybe 30 seconds, if that. Which anything can happen. I mean, it comes down to the bike. It always does. We know Heather can do a 137 just by herself when she's doing a DEKA. I wonder if she can do a sub 60-second bike. There goes Dustin moving. Dustin is also a Raider fan, by the way, Ron.
Nice.
So we're a fan of Dustin. He said he would join us for a Raider game if we ever go. All right, I think Dylin and Alex are just finishing up their 500. Alex is getting in running position. All right, so 14-17. Let's see what type of lead they have. All right, so a pretty dominating lead. All right, Dustin's getting in running position. All right, so about 18 seconds. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
It's doable.
Yeah, the farmer carry I don't think is going to make up much of a difference. Actually, I take that back. If Dylin does the farmer carry and Heather does it, they could probably make up maybe 4 or 5 seconds there. Actually, and right now in a relay, you just need to chip away as much as you can.
Yeah.
So.
How do you think the battle's going to go on the bike?
Oh, I don't know. It just depends on who's the bike. I think, well, we already know Heather is a better bike than Alex from the Pro Heat, right? About a whole minute faster. Dylin is probably better at the bike than Dustin, though, right?
Yeah.
I think Alex and Dylin are going to split the bike. And I think Dylin and Heather will also, or excuse me, Dustin and Heather will also split the bike. But I think Heather will do the majority of it, though. I don't know. We're about to find out, though, here in a couple stations. Dylin has definitely put on some muscle. He is looking thick with 2 C's right now. Dylin is killing it. All right, here we go. Farmer carry. Oh, okay. Alex is doing farmer carry. Great. Okay, awesome. I think that's appropriate. Most of the things when it comes to the weighted stuff, females should typically do it, I think, because it is lighter weight. If you have a female who's more than capable of doing it at a fast rate, you should have the female do it.
It all depends.
It all depends. That's right. Well, Rowan, so I asked you if you wanted to do it with anybody. Who would you want to see do a DEKA? Anyone. Like, if you had a choice, who would you want to see do it?
I don't know any of their names, but I feel like the people, like the strongest people in the world, I want to see them do it.
You want to see like Eddie Hall and Thor do all that?
I know they're strong, but I just want to see technique versus power. I feel like that would be fun.
I want to see them run with that farmer carry. But here's the thing. They're going to be, like, setting down afterwards because they do not run.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. Definitely for a fit.
Man, I'll tell you what. Eddie Hall, I believe, when he did the rower, I think he has the world record for the fastest 1,000-meter row, and he did it, like, in a minute something.
Wow.
And they had to hold down the rower because it was coming up off the ground. It's pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure that was Eddie Hall. And I think he did it like a minute 30 something, 1,000 meters. Most guys can't even do that in 500. So very impressive. But yeah, I'm with you. Actually, that would be very exciting to watch because they are very giant human beings. So I don't think they'll ever do it though, but
Yeah.
If I had my choice, I would love to see the old school track athletes back in the day, like Steve Prefontaine, you know? Names like that. I would love to see them get right on the course. I would love to see a Jim Walmsley do this, right? But I think it's too fast maybe for Jim Walmsley. That's or Jakob Ingenbreiten or Britain, the guy who won set the world record 1500 meter, won gold this past Olympics, and probably the top one going into Paris. Out in
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, out in Norway. He would be cool to watch. That would be very impressive. But again, the stations will compromise him.
Definitely
so.
because he has a lot of stamina.
Absolutely. And no one would touch him on the runs. No.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Dylin is starting the bike right now. If they got about a 10-calorie lead, that would be more than enough, I think, to still. Here comes Heather. Okay, so Dustin is going to start off the bike for Heather and Dustin. And I think Heather's going to finish it. Dylin might be doing the full 25, actually. Nope. I was quick to take that away. All right, there's Alex hammering it. She's looking strong. All right, here we go. Heather's going to crank away at this. Alex is leaning into it. You see the teeth are grinning. They're hurting. There we go. All right, so 1926. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, it's a race now, Rowan. It's a race because I'll tell you what, Dustin can probably keep up with Dylin, if not faster than Dylin.
That's crazy.
Oh, wow. Heather just crushed that bike. All right, let's see what type of lead Dylan's got on Dustin. Oh, he is right behind him. Oh, man. You said it, Rowan. It was going to come down to the bike. Let's see if Dustin can hold on, though. Dylan's maintaining the lead because I think he's going to hand it off to Alex here. And Alex is faster than Heather, so. All right. Dylin is about to hand it off to Alex. Alex is going to crush this 250, knowing how close this is right now. Okay, Dustin is running the full 500. Uh-oh. I don't know if I like that. Because now this is a great opportunity for Alex and Dylin to pull away right now.
Yeah.
Well, Dustin's doing okay, actually. Not too far behind, but
for running both, it's fine.
Yeah, but that short gap that they just made up is now right back.
Yeah.
So, but let's see what type of energy that Heather saved for maybe the ball overs or something, right? It's possible, but we'll see. But man, wow, that was crazy. All right, here comes Alex in Station 8. Dead ball wall overs. Dylan's looking pretty smooth right now, and there's Heather. It's all going to be within seconds. It's going to come down to the runs, honestly. I really think so. I think these teams are pretty matched when it comes to the stations. Heather's moving, I don't know. Actually, they're moving pretty close, but, man, she is just manhandling that weight. Or should I say woman handling the weight. Yeah, she's strong. No doubt about it. I'm sure she can still do it faster if she even put up the 60s. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. I feel like the strategy for the...
All right, so 22:12. Let's see. Okay, they're still about 4 seconds behind. Wow. Okay, so Dustin and Heather are clearly moving on the stations.
Yeah.
But they really need to dial in this runs. They only got 2 more
I
runs.
don't think Dustin should do both laps.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm with you on that, but we'll, you know, if Heather just keeps dominating, because here's the thing, Heather's going to dominate this sled, I think, right? So he's not far behind Dylin at the moment. I would say same distance away from each other as they were off the bike. So we're looking at the same scenario. I'm sure Dylan's going to pass off.
I think they're both passing off.
Okay, they're both passing off. Okay, I like it. I think that's good. Let's see if Heather can maintain and stay right behind Alex, though. All right, so Alex coming around the corner. Haven't seen Alex yet. Should be coming around the corner anytime. Yeah, here we go. All right, Rowan. Call it now before they get to Station 9. Who pulls it out? Who wins?
I think they're going to catch up to him.
You think Heather and Dustin win it?
I think they do.
Okay, I like it. That's ballsy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. I like it. All right, here we go. Here we go. They're a little slower, but not by too much. Not by too much. And keep in mind, they got to run together on this last one, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how that plays out, too. That's a big difference maker. You can have someone gas themselves out completely on the sled to make up time, but then your legs are completely compromised afterwards. Now, the trickiest thing as a co-ed team, when you're doing the sleds, you have to make sure you change the resistance. There's a little notch in front of the weights that men have to be on 8 and women have to go up to a 7. But I'm going to be honest, I think from my understanding, women could do 8, but I don't know why they would. But men cannot do 7, right? So as you can see, that's what Heather and Alex just did. They changed it.
Oh,
wow. Look at Heather. Off screen at the moment, but man, they're tied. This is crazy. Oh, this is crazy.
Wow.
Oh, Rowan.
They need a lead for the run.
Uh-oh. So remember, they got to run together after this.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. Heather is crushing it. I think they're on number 4. They got one more. Yep, and I think Dustin's going to finish it. Okay. Give Heather a little bit of a breather. And I think Alex and Dylin might be doing the same thing. Yep, okay. What happened? Oh, don't worry about it. Dustin, just go. There you go. Man, this is close. This is close, Rowan. Dylin and Alex, I would say, is the faster runner team. And there's Joey and Paige right there in 3rd. All right, here we go. It's a burpee off, Rowan. It's a burpee off here in Texas. Big old Texas shootout. People are hiding behind the shutters. All right, let's see. Get an idea of where they're at the moment. All right, here we go. Heather leading the pack with Dustin right now. Wow, Dustin. Oh, but they are right. Alex and Dylin are right behind them. Oh.
They want it.
Oh, they want it bad. Woo, baby. Oh, this is fun. They're going to be probably going into the burpees at the same exact time.
Who do you think is going to be doing the burpees?
If they're smart, they'll be trading off every 5.
5?
Roughly 5. Maybe 3. The thing about the co-ed is you got to be on the same mat, but you can have that ram roller ready to go, right? So if I was Dustin, I would just get in the way of Alex and Dylin right now. Look behind your shoulder. Oh, here comes the move. Here comes the move. Oh, cut him off, cut him off. Oh man, Alex taking the inside corner. All right, but Dylin, she can't start until Dylin gets with her, though. So that plays into effect. But I think Dylin is now making his move up to be right there next to Alex. Oh, this is fun. Here we go. Here we go. They're going to give it everything they got. Oh, they got to go. They got to go. All right, so Alex is starting and Dustin is starting. So I think Alex and Dylin are going to have a slight advantage, but then I think when it trades off, you can't do 10 and 10, though. You can't. You have to do every 5. It's just, it's too slow of a pace. Yep. Come on, come on, go, go, go. And you can't see it on screen right now, but I'm not sure if Alex and...
They did switch, though.
Yeah, they did switch, yep. Like I said, that's appropriate. I mean, we kind of got a front view right now. We're a little delayed on the camera, but we have a front view. A lot of people crowded around the finish line right now, but we're about to see who's going to cross the finish line. And Alex and Dylin just crossed the finish line. Wow. Wow. And Needham and White right behind them by about 5 seconds, if that.
That was crazy.
What a match. That was fun.
That was crazy.
Whoa. Oh,
wow.
Man. Just when you thought maybe Alex and Dylin were maybe going to run away with it like Josh and Glenn.
They did come back, though.
They did. That was fun. Man, I love it when races are that close. Oh, I love it. They did awesome on the burpees. That was great. Alex is hurting. Alex, 2 wins today. Wow, that's awesome. Hard enough to win individual, let alone winning relay, because anything can happen. Wow.
Everyone is near the finish line.
Yeah, and I'm going to assume we didn't see Alex and Dylin, but I'm sure all burpees were clean, setting down the ramrod the way they were supposed to. All that I'm sure was enforced. That was great. Great performance. Great performance from Heather White and Dustin Needham, of course. They did awesome. Sure. And there's Paige, Lewis, and Joey. Let's see if I think they're in 3rd place at the moment, or maybe they're battling out for 3rd. Good for them, because Alex and Dylin, all friends. Jeff, the announcer, asked him what their names are so he can announce them. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I already hold the High Rocks record for it, so I'm ready if you are. Teammate Preston wants to do a Rupp team version, which I'm all down for, so.
Will you be in the pro heat?
No, buddy, we're doing H. I don't think there's a Rupp team.
It's not High Rocks.
I mean, I would do it if there was. All right, Joey and Paige, all great friends, finishing 3rd place. Congratulations to them. Great finish. He's trying to figure out when the females go. But I hope. Oh, they're up?
They are tired.
So it seems like we already have female teams on the course. Unfortunately, I guess they just send them off right behind the co-ed. So, no coverage, unfortunately. But I'm sure they're out there dominating. I did see a couple females run together past us, so that did kind of seem But then again, maybe the teams were just very short numbered. There is a lot of teams signed up today, so we definitely can't just hold the course off for all the elites. We got to get these age groupers in as well, or else we would be here all day. Yeah, and we were behind and delayed a bit on the briefing to get the time started. So, but I'm sure the females are killing it right now. And here comes fourth place for the co-ed division. Congrats to them. Yeah, and we'll see where the females are. We're not sure how far behind they started compared to the co-ed team, of course. But man, fun race, huh, Rowan?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, did you enjoy commentating with me?
Yep.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Will you ever do it again?
If you invite me.
Well, Xander's always my ride or die. So if he can never show up or appear and you're around, I'll be sure to bring you along. How about that?
All right.
So we got all teams now, age group team waves. Again, possible elite female teams out there. I'm not sure. But a lot of age group teams out there now. Now, a bunch of teams probably trying to solidify a world record, world qualifications. Other teams out there just doing it for fun, having a blast. And, I think this is pretty exciting, So me and Preston are going to go soon. I'm a little tired, though. Maybe I should just make Preston do everything at this point. Setting down was a bad idea.
You're just emotional support.
Yeah, just emotional support. That's right. I could be his dog ranger. I'll tell you what, when they do teams, this is when it gets pretty crowded. It gets pretty crazy out there. Because the transition zones and all that. Shout out to all of the volunteer support that we have today. I know it's always kind of short-listed for the most part, So for people to come out to volunteer and take some of their time to do it is pretty important for the sport. And it's pretty important for Yancey and everybody for all the help they can get. You get a free race out of it, which is always beneficial. So keep that in mind if you ever want to volunteer. We would definitely appreciate your support on that and your help. And then also, too, bring more live streams. Only $5 a month to become part of the Patreon for the OCR Report. Shout out to Jason Dupree and OCR Report for this amazing live coverage that they always provide for all the races. Jason is the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain. So this is, make sure you show some love for him and OCR Report, because this is what's, getting the sport more out there for all you viewers that have thought about it or maybe just didn't come out to the race today, but just sitting at home and drinking a nice cup of coffee, maybe a beer, whatever you're into at this time of the day, and just enjoying watching this sport. Let's make the sport grow, guys. Let's do it. Because this is what's going to keep it around forever, and this is what's going to generate more money, bring better things for everybody, not just the elite athletes. Everybody thinks it's always supported for the elite athletes. And that's not true at all. Age groupers, open waivers, everybody. As long as the sport grows, everyone gets the benefit out of it. Been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
So no female teams coming into the burpees yet. Yeah, so we'll kind of just wait around a little bit just to see some female teams. We're going to assume, obviously, the first two teams that come in are obviously the top of the elite board. So I can't imagine they're too far behind. I know the Bourne sisters are teaming up, Melody and Charity. That's a pretty stacked team right there. But they might just be doing age group too. So that's the only team I'm aware of. Well, Rowan, what was the most exciting part about today? For the races that you commentated. Let me be more specific.
Definitely the co-ed race.
You like that?
Yeah, that was
fun, huh? Is it kind of cool to see behind the scenes what I do occasionally?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah? You did a good job. Yeah, this would be my guess. This is probably the elite females right here because, I mean, Station 9, it makes sense. And that, the lady with the tattoos and the rainbow, I'll tell you what, when I was competing earlier today at age group, it took me a second to catch her. So she was moving.
Yeah, I saw her doing
Yeah,
it well.
she was moving. So it's very possible this is our elite females right here. And it looks like it's a pretty good battle between the two teams. So, or three teams. So we'll give some coverage and some love for these ladies right here. And let's see how this plays out. But it looks like this is the podium makeup because that looks like a co-ed team right there. Oh. Now they're switching off sleds. That's definitely not allowed, just for people at home.
What?
You can't switch off a different sled each time, but this is the back end of the co-ed. This is probably their first time doing this. You know, you just kind of, you take with it what it is, but hopefully try to tell them next time to correct them. You know, volunteer was kind of there to tell them whatnot, but maybe that's what she's doing over there. Okay, maybe not so, but that's okay. But yeah, you're definitely supposed to be using the same sled. Same line of equipment every time you're doing teams, and that's for strong, mile, and fit. For people at home, just know that, of course. So it looks like our first female team is out. Cam giving us some support behind cameras right now. All right, it's a good little battle right here. Yep, both teams, yep. Yeah, actually we got both teams out, so okay. Might be a burpee off. Let's see how these runs go. We can kind of get an idea of who passes us, of course. Oh, here we go. Okay, first place team, ladies, just passed us. I think they got one more lap. Let's find out. Yeah, they got one more lap. They just passed the burpee pit. Pictured right there in screen.
It might be a burpee off. It might be a burpee off.
Oh, well, maybe this is the first place team. Okay, all right.
Where's her teammate?
Right behind her. Yeah, they're a whole lap ahead. Hard to know, exactly where it was been or who's all racing and everything like that. So we're just going to assume that they're in first place. And these are good-looking burpees right here. This is exactly the form that you need. Notice the chest is hitting the ram roller. A lot of people like to hit their belly. They like to do what's called a mermaid technique. But these are some good-looking burpees right here. Straight arm, right on the top. Man, she's crushing all of them right now. Excuse me. Sorry. You got some Dr. Pepper on your lip, on your mustache. No. Okay, now you got it. All right, here is second place. Okay, and there's third place. All right, so we definitely have our podium right here.
It says who will get second and
Again,
third.
allegedly, just assuming these are our top three females. A team probably could have already finished. We're not sure. Man, excuse me.
Oh, they finished.
Wow, and congrats to those ladies right there. If indeed that is our first place elite female team, congratulations. They crushed it. As far as times, it's anybody's guess, of course. Let's see, this is a burpee off, though. Let's see who can get second. It looks like the ladies in the upper left are moving just slightly quicker. Oh, good pause frame right there, mid-air. She Supermaned it. And should be finishing up any moment. Oh, okay. Wow. Coming in third, finishing second. Congratulations. All right. And there are your top 3 that was at least shown. So I don't want to fully say it, but congrats to them if so. Obviously, apologies at home if you were wanting to tune in and watching that. Just a lot going on. Delayed times obviously prevented that as well too. But got the finish nonetheless. And the finish is what's the most important.
Yep.
So, oh, hey, there we are. All right, Rowan. Well, that was very exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you enjoyed it? Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, so we're gonna pull up results and everything, and then Jason is gonna go and try and find maybe Alex and Dylin, or maybe Glenn and Joshua for some quick interviews. Rowan, do you want to interview them?
No.
I think that would be good if you did, though.
I don't know what to say.
You just say, hey, you did great. I could beat you. You know, just talk all the trash. No, that's okay. You'll join in. That's okay. But if you have a question that you do want to ask them, don't hesitate to ask them.
I don't really know any questions.
Was she too fast for y'all? Oh, I love it. I love it. Alex, I hope you're rewatching this because your kids are talking trash that you were moving pretty slow. All right. Hair is all messed up. Time to put the hat back on. All right, so we're going to throw up some cool-looking replays that Jason now has started doing for the teams. It's kind of cool, or for all of OCR Report. There's Matt Novakovic, the Bear, killing it on the rower, probably mainly feeling it afterwards, I could imagine. There we go, Joshua doing some box overs while Glenn is dying there, right behind him, contemplating life. Finishing up the med ball setups in the way that Rowan's going to forever practice on now.
Yep.
Some teams finishing up, some trade-off times. Rowan, if you want, bud, you can give Dylin your headset.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
I love you. Everybody, my son, Rowan. Yeah, I was about to say, y'all can move over if you need to. Is the hat taking the view off from you guys?
It's okay. It's legit.
Finished up some pretty cool replays at the moment. Glenn and Josh throwing down the 3rd fastest time of the year. And there's Dylin. Look at that. Look at all that man handing it off to the fastest person on the team, Alex. These are cool shots. Some good-looking replays. Dustin, where he was talking about how he's going to trip you or something. What was y'all's time?
29:03.
29:03.
That was fun right there, because that's when the race just got real.
Yeah, it got real close.
They just crushed the bikes.
Yeah.
So well.
Well, Heather's just
right
a
here
behemoth.
too.
Yeah, they were right there. $29 what?
03.
Well done.
Oh, there's our move.
Yeah. Oh. Didn't see it all.
Awesome action shots. That's so cool. And then the females finishing up. All right. Well, sitting next to me, that was just about a couple hours ago, the lovely Alex Walker. And then next to her, now we have the lovely Dylin Moran. Welcome, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
first time, on the interviewing for OCR Report?
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
This is cool.
And because of Alex, so
No,
I'll take it.
I think it goes 50-50 on the teams, right? So congratulations, guys, on your co-ed, a very exciting co-ed finish. That was fun to watch. I'll be honest, Rowan was commentating with me, and we were talking beforehand, talking about how, you guys are probably the team to beat, and how it looked like very early, you looked like you had a very comfortable lead. And then, of course, when it got to the assault bike, what we just mentioned during those replays, that's when it became a race. And then, so walk me through that. Did you think right then at the assault bike, you knew they were right there? We have to light a match, or just stick to a strategy that you had in mind, or did it change?
Well, Alex actually wanted to go out hard like we did at the beginning because she knew
Crushed it.
specifically Heather is going to be really strong at the stations.
Right.
We knew Dustin was a great runner, but we knew towards the back half where Heather could really make a difference, we needed to be ahead.
Sure.
And obviously she did make a difference
Yeah.
towards the back half. So we were just lucky enough to be enough ahead and be able to make that last pass on the run because of Alex pulling me along.
Well, Alex, did you feel like you pulled Dylin along, or did you feel like Dylin held his own?
Dylin definitely held his own
He did.
most of the race. And then I don't know if you saw me, but I slapped him in the face
On the
on the bike.
I
When
didn't see
told
that.
him to go, I went to high five and I totally hit him in the face. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And
I'm looking back
I
for
was
that
like,
now.
it's okay, go. So he goes, and we knew that if we could stay on the bike, we'd be fine. And then on the tank, we were ahead, and I knew that, Heather would crush it, which she did.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? They are going to have to run together on that last, two runs.
Right.
And so if I could drag him around, then we'll be fine. So when we came around on the second lap, I surged, and Heather was actually moving
She
pretty
was.
good.
Yeah, Dustin was behind her. Yeah.
But I did a little cross-country move and snuck in there and
you did.
struck
I just
him, and
followed
then I
right behind
surged
her.
right here. And
Yep.
so I was like, if we can get in the burpee zone. And the goal was that I do 10, he does 5, and then I do 5. But
Okay.
running over here, I was hurting. So I was like, we're going to have to do
You played
5, 5,
fives.
5, and 5.
And I was like,
Right.
I'm hurting.
But then when he started his 5, he's like, you're going to have to do 10, Alex. And
Oh,
I was
no.
like, here I am.
So is that what you did? Because you were off screen on the burpee, so I couldn't quite see.
Yes.
I knew you were probably about 2 ahead.
We were
maybe.
3.
Maybe you were 3 ahead. Okay.
Someone was
3
yelling at us,
Okay.
a 3 head count. And then, so when he did his 5, I was like, I'm going for 10.
Okay.
I just told him, grab the baton,
Sure,
we're going.
sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you
Those
started
like,
it,
grab the
and
baton.
Dustin started his, and I knew that was going to be an advantage typically for the females because it's lighter weight, and obviously you moved the ram roller pretty well. So I knew that was an advantage, and I knew Heather then when she was going to close in, but I wasn't sure what, of course, the strategy was. I was telling Rowan the best strategy for the ram rollers, in my opinion, you got to go 5s. I just do. The amount it takes to sometimes get 10, unless you're feeling really fresh, you start dying off towards the end just a little bit, right? But obviously it was enough to hold off for you guys for the win. I wanted to mention about that surge there at the end because you guys were obviously playing chase at that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we saw, and I mentioned it in the live feed, Dustin and Heather needed to corner y'all in and lock you in. They didn't do that. And when you surged right on that corner, that was a perfect move, by the way.
They were very nice.
Yeah, a little too nice because
Well,
Heather
they
could
turned
probably
to
block
look,
the way.
And when she turned to look back, she opened that right-hand side.
Yeah,
so
too
I
nice,
surged
too
right
nice.
through, and he came with me.
If it was me, I would have closed y'all in for sure because that's what you do. Like in
Yep.
track and field, you see it all the time. They move in on the inside,
Well, they should
and
have been
or
together.
they move you out. Right, exactly. So, but whether that would have changed out the end scenario is anybody's guess. I doubt
Yeah,
it. But and then of course you making that surge move there at the end, right here, so we can see it. So exciting stuff.
That was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all dominated. Well, from my understanding, what I'm looking at is y'all have the 6th fastest time in the world as of right now for a co-ed team. So, again, that's just what I'm looking at. Hopefully I did everything
Don't tell
right.
my normal
So,
partner, Brandon.
Yeah,
about
my
this.
yeah, that's right.
My bestie,
Uh-huh.
Brandon Bonine, might get a little.
Yeah.
He wants to run with her.
Yeah,
He's
sorry,
busy in
Brandon.
France, but,
Yeah, well,
You
he
snooze,
chose
you
Johnny
lose.
over you. So,
I know.
yeah,
That's right.
man.
Way to bring that up.
Yeah, we've been in the sport for a long time, right? Just
Yeah.
in let's just say compromised running. I guess we've
Yeah.
been in this thing for a long time, so it's good to see these faces. And I was telling Rowan too. I was like, "Do you remember Dylin? Do you remember Alex?" And he goes, "No." And I was like, "Well, you were like 3 or 4,
He
probably
was
much
very
when you
small.
first met him." So,
Yeah.
His whole life.
Yeah, well, congrats. Well, okay, so I was going to ask, you typically do team up with Brandon, right? And we all know Brandon's skill level and all this type of stuff. Not to diminish yours, Dylin.
It's okay. It's
and
okay.
I know. Do we team up again, or do we team up with Brandon?
Oh, Brandon and I are still going to go.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if
All
you
right.
saw that we have the world record right now for the mile.
Yeah, true.
We crushed
Right.
it, and
Yeah.
we'll definitely team up.
Brandon's a monster, yeah,
Oh
for
my
sure.
gosh,
So, but hey, you get that first place podium, man, and I
right.
love it. Yeah, that's awesome,
I still
though.
love
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah.
of course.
And who knows? Brandon might have to bow out for some reason.
Yeah,
so.
you never know.
That's true. Yeah, and then the next runner-up is you, right?
And
So,
he'll qualify for 6 events at DEKA World.
Right,
so he
right.
may want to not do one of them.
in typical Brandon Bonine
Yeah.
fashion. So,
But I drug him around too, so it was like Brandon was there.
I feel like I did better on the last run than Brandon usually does.
Don't tell him that.
oh, don't worry, we got it all on camera right here. So, Brandon, I hope you're watching. So, well, congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Anything that you thought was maybe harder? I mean, Alex, you've done. Dylin, you've done relays before too,
Mhm.
right? I mean, you guys.
I've done one with Brandon.
Yeah. Okay, so you both done with Brandon.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this then: what would you say you did better than Brandon at? Where do you think Brandon could pick up some slack?
Well,
Just
running. Yeah.
I think the biggest
we could just
thing
really
with
shame Brandon
co-ed
right now.
is that nowadays, with all the people being very strong and very fast, you have to split the runs up.
Sure,
You
sure.
can't, and so I'm getting stronger at the station, so I'm going to hopefully be able to help Brandon out there, and then we'll just have to bring Brandon into the more running part because you have, if you can sprint the 250, like it's way better.
I agree
and
with you.
faster. Like when one of the things Dustin and them did, he ran one of the 500s, both of them.
He
and
did
I
it.
think
He did it a few times actually. So
Yeah.
after the bike, he ran that full 500, and y'all picked basically your lead back up
Yeah.
for where it was. Now, granted, they did great in the wall overs, but still, it's. I agree with you. I think this sport, it's becoming too good now to think you can just do one thing. You've
be
got
okay.
it. You've got to split it up for sure because seconds
Yeah.
matter, right? So,
Yep.
clear, as y'all know, you've won by a few seconds.
Yeah.
So. But cool stuff, guys. Well, congratulations, Dylin. Congrats on your podium win.
Thank you.
And congrats to Joey and Paige, of course, as well too for getting
Right.
third.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Friends getting on the podium.
My partner.
And then Alex, congrats on both wins today. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Good day.
Alex is mic dropping it. Watch out, everybody. So, well, congrats, guys. Well done.
Thank you
Well
very
done.
much.
Of course, of course. We're going to be like the last team out there, but we're going to crush souls still. All right.
Hey.
I am accompanied by the second place co-ed team, Dustin Needham and Heather White. Congratulations, guys. That was what I just mentioned to Alex and Dylin in a very exciting race. And at the first part of the race, you know, Alex loves to take it out hot, of course, right?
Yes.
She's notorious for that. She's a very fast runner.
Very fast.
And Dylin, of course, was just going to hold on for dear life, right? So I kind of knew when they were teaming up that they were probably going to take it out hot. And she admitted that they wanted to take it out hot because they were worried about you on the station. So
That was smart.
yeah, it was smart, exactly. And but were you guys? You kind of had a strategy beforehand. Dustin at least labeled it to me that you were probably going to do the majority of stations. You'd do the majority of the runs. Was that the original strategy to do all of it, or did y'all? You were going to split up things as the race continued.
We did. I did do a lot of the runs, but we split the box.
Right.
We split the ski.
We split 3 runs.
Y'all split more than I thought.
Yeah.
From my understanding, I thought you were going to do all the runs type stuff, and you were going to do all the stations. But
If it was up to me,
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
she said at first. She's like, well, Bethany did all the runs, and we set a
Sure,
world
sure.
record. I was like, I'm not as fast as
oh
Bethany.
yeah. But that's Alex said this also too. You know, if the sport is too good right now to think you can do all of one thing, right? I think that's kind of that strategy. Unless you're Kevin Gregory or somebody,
Yeah, if
that's
you're like
kind
a
of
4 miler and like
Yeah.
14-minute 5K,
Or-
that will work.
a Bethany or you, for example, for your team. You know, I think that strategy definitely for co-ed. It's just out the window, I think, for the most part. I think you do have to split up the majority of things. You got to save some energy here or there, and then you got to give an all-out effort on certain things. Which, speaking about the bike, man. So Alex and Dylin clearly looked like they had a very assertive lead, about maybe 20, 30 seconds here or there,
We
right?
did, yeah.
And then right at the bike, is when the race got real, and you guys definitely made it a race. And then you kind of lost some time, just a little bit, because they split the runs, and Dustin, you ran the full 500, but then you caught right back up on the wall overs, and then right on the sled, you made the pass, right? Dominated it. And then on the last run, walk me through just from the bike to the finish.
So when I finished on the sled, Heather takes off for someone I can't run. It's like, I'm just going to gap my partner, and she took off. And then when I'm coming out of the sled, I could hear Jeff on the mic like, oh, it's a 3-second lead. And I was like, oh, crap. I know Alex is probably yelling at Dylin, like, let's go, let's get them. And sure enough, like, they were creeping up on us.
Yep.
And that's when I got a little worried. But I was like, you know what? We're going to get them on the Rams. Heather's going to crush it on the Rams. But we went into the Rams, like, at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, they went in, and we were, like, right on their heels.
Right.
We both took the close match to the exit, and then it was just like a battle.
Yep, it was. Yeah, very exciting. I think you were, 3-4 seconds? And what I was telling Alex and them, they're the 6th fastest time as of right now in the world, so I would assume y'all are 7th.
I would think so.
Yeah, so that's very impressive. So is this another duet that we see later down the road?
We were just talking about that, maybe.
Okay.
It'll depend on the scheduling at Worlds.
Okay.
Because definitely me and Bethany are going to be first priority for me. So
I mean, you'll hold the world record, won world champions last year, so I guess
it's probably going to be co-eds immediately before females.
Right.
And in that case, I probably will choose just females.
Sure. Yeah,
So.
and that does kind of.
Unfortunately, I would love to do it.
Yeah.
I love the relays, but back-to-back will be hard.
Yeah.
Especially if your second one is going to be your most priority.
For sure.
Yeah, all your chips are in
No,
on
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But maybe Yancey graces us with maybe some time gaps or something this year.
Yeah.
Who knows? So, but I get it. You want to get everything done, but you want to compete in as much as you can, right? I mean, who wouldn't like more gold around their neck, right? So, okay, that last little run. All right, well, I say little. That last run, that Alex surged past y'all on that corner, and I mentioned it on the live feed. And feel free when y'all go back and watch it. I said, y'all need to close them in so they don't pass you.
And I thought about that. I was like, we should just box them in so they don't get around us.
100%. You had to.
I think Alex would have just searched around.
Now, here's the thing. I guess on the straightaway, maybe. Yeah. But, man, I was looking for some elbows being thrown there. I really was.
Yeah, I was looking ahead, and I saw that. I was like, oh, we have, like, some blockers in front of us. Maybe we could, like, make a wall. Alex was moving.
Yeah, everyone's so nice in this sport. I get it. You don't ever want to hurt anybody, but
She did say that she wasn't expecting me to go out that
yeah,
fast.
you were leading it. Yeah, yep, and that's what I was expecting. I was expecting Dustin to be ahead, and you're just kind of dragging along behind, but it was the opposite. You were flying. So
well, he did do the last tank, so
yeah, I got it. Yeah, I mean your legs are fried, even if it is just one push and pull. So
they're pretty fried.
Well, okay, so Dustin, well, you both done teams before. I mean, would you say for the people at home who's never done a team? Would you recommend it over an individual? Would you recommend it first? Yeah, it's definitely more fun.
It hurts more.
It's so much more fun.
For sure. Yeah. What would you say is the best part or the most fun part?
I think it just makes you push more.
Yeah.
When you have somebody that,
when someone's like relying on you, it's like you get that extra like 10% out of yourself.
You get that accountability
it's
almost
really
factor.
hard to like pack it in. You're like, my partner's selling out for me. I need to sell out for them.
Sure.
Like,
you're not in your head as much as if you're an individual, right?
Right. Yeah, because you're not being selfish. You're not like, oh, I'm gonna take it easy, whatever.
Right.
I'm happy with this. It's
Sure.
Like, no, my partner's like giving it her all. Like, I need to give it my all.
Awesome. Well, hey, if we're excited to see you and Bethany compete at some point, right? And
we'll be in is it Indiana?
Oh, okay, Fort Wayne.
Oh,
okay, yeah,
that's the ultra one.
Yeah, we're gonna do teams on Saturday, and we're both doing ultra on Sunday.
Okay, so for someone who's not a fan of running, and you're going to do the ultra,
she does 100 milers all the time.
Wait, you do?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well then
I don't run fast. I'm endurance.
Well, I don't know. That last 500 says otherwise.
I looked at my watch and she was pushing like sub-6.
Yeah.
After just doing the sleds, I was like, for someone that run fast, you're pretty fast. You're dropping me here.
Well, and the pro women's heat. I mean, you did awesome earlier today. So
I had a 2-minute.
Yeah, that actually Xander and I mentioned that you crushed it.
I was
so
happy with that.
I think your running is just fine, Heather.
Thank you.
So you're killing it. But you know,
very modest.
Yeah, right. Very. If that for some reason falls through and stuff, obviously you at least got 7th as of right now.
Yeah.
So and Dustin loves to fly and travel for every single race known to man. So you can always count on him for sure too. So, but Dustin, Heather, congratulations on your second place finish, guys.
Thanks,
yes,
Luke.
absolutely. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
us.
All right, guys, an exciting day. Oh, we got the rabbits coming in? Oh. Oh, all right. Here's the future of the sport right here. Wearing a Spartan. He smells like pee. All right, guys. Well, that was definitely an exciting teams race as always. I got to start gearing up for my age group race with Preston. Oh, you say hi? So we're going to show the results for the races. Maybe we can get the females up there too, hopefully. So Glenn and Josh with the very dominating win. That's the biggest win I have seen to date for the men's heat. Granted, the competition maybe not as fierce as most, but that's okay. Josh and Glenn still ran the third fastest time of the year. So they far from just casually winning it. They also dominated in true fashion. And Matt Novakovic with his first, I assume, DEKA debut, and he crushed it. So that's exciting as well, too. And then we got the co-ed. Oh, we got the women's up here. So looks like Fomina and Papia. I'm sure I'm butchering these names. Oliver. I'm not even going to pronounce them, but congratulations to these ladies. All top 10 finishes. They crushed it today. I wish we can obviously get more coverage, but it is what it is on most things. But these ladies definitely earned it. I mean, 20-37 5K and the team is very respectful. So they were moving. They were definitely moving. And here we got co-ed. So we know Alex and Dylin Moran was the winning team, not pitcher, but that's okay. And then we got Dustin Needham and Heather White in second place with a 29:09. I think as of right now, the 7th fastest time, right behind Dylin and Alex being the 6th fastest time in the world. So great showcases on their end, too. And they made it very exciting for us at home right at the assault bike because I'm sure after the men's heat, of course, we were hoping for a little bit more of a match, but that's okay. So, but I think it was good. What do you think, Cam? You think this was fun? Yeah, you're having a good time? He's just like, I'm ready to get out of here, but Daddy's got to race again. So, but everybody watching at home, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, give Jason Dupree some love. OCR Report, become a Patreon, $5 a month. Also, too, give us a like, comment, subscribe. You know how YouTube works. Go ahead and hit me up on Instagram, Luke_Ninja_Skywalker, for if you want to set up any DEKA events. I do all the roadshow coordination. Sign up for any DEKA FIT event. You guys are missing out if you're not doing it already. But OCR Report, I'm Luke Halterman. Thank you guys for tuning in.